All right, welcome to the Monday live. Ooh, why is it shaky? Interesting. That was weird. Let's see. Top chat, live chat. There we go. Move you over here. Welcome to the Monday live stream. As always, we will give a couple minutes for people to join in. And boy, I just had an elderly moment if I've ever had one. So I have one of these pure water filter pitchers. You know the pitchers, they fill it up. You know, it gets rid of all the crap in the water. So I took the top off, put it under my water faucet, and I'm just staring out the window. Just staring. No, it's a nice sunny day. The birds are chirping. Staring. I'm like, okay. Then I go to get my pitcher, and I didn't even turn the faucet on. And I was sitting there for probably like 2 or 3 minutes, just zoned out, staring out the window. Well, that's my story. And I don't know why I told it, but that literally just happened. So anyways, here I am. That's why I was late. Exactly 3 minutes late. That's how long I was staring out the kitchen window. Texas Fisherman, Paul McCarthy, Zen, Ginger, Merrick, Danikin, Paul. I'm repeating names, so Amanda, Susan. I'm just going to say hello to everyone. Today we're going to be talking about outdoor tubbing. When. Questions been coming up a lot lately. We decided on talking about this on our members only stream yesterday, and so that's what we're going with. And I'm getting some feedback somewhere, so there it is. I'm gonna mute that, and here we are. My boss gets on me for the same thing, just staring out into nowhere. My dogs are about to get into a fight as well. Hey y'all, waiting for my 6-hour layover to be over. Wow. Caitlin hasn't seen the sun in days, so it makes sense to get distracted by it. Yeah, you're local too, right? Maybe I'm thinking of someone else, but yeah, it was just pouring down rain this morning. I was very surprised to see sun at all, to be honest. Chad, what's up? Streetwise, hello. Bob in the mix, love it. Yep, Mike, Fish Tank Barn, what's up, buddy? Pompey, Steven. Do I have any announcements? I don't think I have any announcements for you today, so we'll just give it another minute. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, though, while we wait. I would appreciate it. Matter of fact, I'm going to hit the thumbs up button myself right now. 42, 43. There you go. Lollygag and Bob. Oh, that's like the story of my life. Story of my life. That might even be my life motto. One of them. I have a lot, so I don't know. Wish it would rain in New York. I heard it was really hot there. Oh, yeah. My dogs are definitely going to get in a fight here pretty soon. It was a turn to sunshine the minute the rain stopped. Typical Washington weather. Yeah. And you know what? I don't mind it. I like it. Love the plant tank behind you. It looks so cool. This is a 90-gallon tank. Yep. Lots of plants and rasboras and corridoras. So let's get into it. Summer tubbing. It's about that time. I've got fish in all my tubs now. Sound and audio good. To join as a member, thank you for showing that link. I came home to Cory eggs. That's pretty awesome. Poured down rain all day in northwest Indiana today. I live in the mountains of North Carolina, and it feels like an indoor swamp. I'm not jealous of that. So summer tubbing, for anyone new, is basically aquariums outside. But instead of aquariums, we use like stock tanks. Christine Richardson said I put 2 Ryukin goldfish in my 110-gallon stock tank. 110-gallon stock tank, pound too pretty for tubs. I should have put mosquito fish in there. Oh, the Ryukin goldfish are too pretty for tubs. I don't know. I think all fish look really good in sunlight, like super good. Even your mosquito fish, even like fathead minnows or stickleback minnows, they all look good. They all look very cool out in the sunlight, which is another reason I love summer tubbing. And I'm going to be trying something a little different this year. So I won't be able to call it summer tubbing. I'm going to be calling it year-round tubbing. Year-round tubbing. Interior camping, backpacking trip. Wow, I'm jealous. Anyways, so yes, I am stocking my tubs this year, specifically with cold water fish. I don't know how it's going to turn out. There are some quote-unquote tropical fish that will be going outside. More like subtropical, like salt and pepper corridoras. I'm going to try to keep my Buenos Aires tetras outside year-round. And what else? The Hawaiian platies year-round. Also, obviously the rice fish I know can go year-round, so they'll stay out there year-round. And my other pond. Okay, so I'll just go over all my ponds. One, I have a 320 or 40 gallon pond with Buenos Aires tetras and Hawaiian platies. I have another 300 and some gallon tub with golden white clouds and rough-skinned newts, which is pretty cool. Another tub with rice fish, and then another tub which is just brine shrimp. And the rice fish and the brine shrimp have already been out year round, so I know that's doable. And also the golden white clouds made it all year. So yeah, Matt, white clouds, yes, absolutely, they made it. I mean, at one point the pond was frozen over like 3-4 inches, and I mean, I'd go out there every day and break a little hole in the ice. I don't know if that matters or not, but yeah, they survived all winter long. Now, we don't have the coldest winters, but we do get some cold snaps that can last like up to 2-3 weeks. As Streetwise says, just know your climate zone for tubs. And this is very crucial because people always ask me, when can I put my fish out in my tubs? And I have no idea. I can't answer that question. I don't know where you are. I don't know what your weather is. And even if you tell me where you are, like Texas, I know it's hot, but is it hot year round? I mean, I'm not familiar. I've never lived there. I've been there once, like 25 years ago. So that's something that you're going to have to research yourself as far as when you think it's safe. Depending on what type of fish would also depend on when you can put them out there. We had rainbows out in tubs to where the daytime highs were in the 50s last year. Actually, I shouldn't say rainbows. It was just the yellow rainbow, the Herbert axelrodi. Daytime temps were in the 50s and nighttime temps were in the 40s, and they were just fine. I got videos of it out there somewhere. And so really, you have to know your climate, and you should because you live there. If I was doing like subtropical species, like if you look online, you can find a lot of fish lists of fish that don't require heaters. And that's what I would consider subtropical, like your salt and pepper corridoras, your paradise fish, white clouds. Although, no, I'm not going to say white clouds because they can go in like freezing weather. But there's definitely a lot. And on those types of fish, I wouldn't put them outside until the nighttime temperature of the water stayed above 50. And then, there's other things to take into consideration too. Like my tubs are 300 plus gallons. They're not going to have very large temperature swings. And last week we had like 5 days in a row of sun. And even after that, like the first couple inches, the water was super warm. But when I reached all the way to the bottom, it was super cold. Now, if you're working with like 40 gallons or 30 gallons, then you're going to have huge temperature swings. And if you get a week where it's just like 100 degrees out, you're probably going to boil your fish in that little amount of water. So that's something else to take into consideration as well. Got a couple super chats I'm going to address here real quick. Fish Tank Barn, $5 pickle and olive fund. Why does John get ice cream and I get disgusting food like pickle and olive? Ugh, gross. Tesla Kill Dozer, $5.36. Thank you. I really appreciate that one, and you know why. Multi-Jacker with a $10 super chat says, if I lived somewhere warm year-round, I love a pond of African butterfly fish. I think they would be more active with constant stream of live bugs. That would be interesting. I'd be really curious to see how well they do in an outdoor tub. I know, like, I had to scramble to get fish in my tubs this year because there was just a billion mosquito larvae. And obviously mosquito larvae is not going to be on top of the water. But still, like, what about hatchet fish, too? Hatchet fish, I've never thought about hatchet fish before, but now I want to try it. I feel like they would get easily picked off, though. K Walker says Steenfott Aquatics Ceres Creek is cold all year round. Yes, my Radinocentris also made it down to 50 degrees. And so Radinocentris ornatus is a rainbow fish, for all of you that don't know. And I've seen literature of them being collected in water down to 40 degrees. So they can definitely handle the tubs a lot better as well. And they look absolutely stunning in sunlight. Like, most fish look really good in sunlight, but these fish look amazing in sunlight. But they're not the most common rainbow fish, but they're getting more and more to be out there. That's where floating plants and lilies come in handy. I haven't had any luck with floating plants outside of duckweed. It's very annoying. Oh, and Multi-Jacker, thank you again for the $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. Do you put a lot of easy green in your tubs? I very rarely, Andrew, put easy green in my tubs or any fertilizers. Maybe like once a month. I do have a squirt bottle of easy green that I keep just for my tubs, and I usually do it maybe once a month. And it's more of I really don't have a ton of plants in my tubs. I just have well, there's duckweed. There's some pond plants out there that I have no idea what the name of them are because I'm not a pond plant person, and I forgot when I bought them last year. So only one of them made it through the winter, though. So I've got one random plant growing out of the tubs out there, and I've done jungle val. So I've had jungle val out there for like 2 years now, and it's never grown, but it's never really died, which is weird. I do get like this perfect springtime, not sunny too much, but not like cold and rainy too much. So this weird transition period when I can put plants out there and they go like gangbusters for a month, but then we start getting too much sun and it just cooks them all. And so they always die back. But jungle val has always lived, but has never thrived. And then I think it's kabamba. Or maybe it's foxtail. I don't know. There's some floating plant that's growing out there too. Guppy grass is another one that has done well for me, and also stargrass. But again, when it gets to like July and August, almost everything dies off in my ponds, except for, of course, the duckweed. It's very annoying. Lorelei, if I said that right, says, please remember to hit the like button. Absolutely. Please remember to hit the like button. Fish Tank Barnes says, okay, fine. Beef brisket fun. Thank you. That makes me feel a lot better. My boss gave me 3 free ribeye steaks today and 1 for lunch. Guess he really wants me to come in early Thursday. The real burn is when you don't come in and you say, I made steak and eggs for breakfast. I couldn't get here early. Portland, Oregon here, only doing a 20-gallon after the temp swings comment. I'm worried. I would be very worried about 20 gallons. It really depends on how much sun it gets. If you're putting it in a lot of shade, your swings will be not as drastic, but I think at least like half of the fun of summer tubs is when they're in the sunlight. So in that case, you could do floating plants. You could do plants to help shade it outside of the tub. But I think you'll find, because generally Portland gets even warmer than Seattle. So 20, I mean, you could be doing like daily 50% water changes in there in the summer to keep it cool. So just keep that in mind. I guess the nice thing about 20 gallons is if it does get crazy, just empty most of it and just move it inside. You know, at least it'll be easy to move, I guess. I would imagine frozen water bottles. Where'd that comment go? Scroll up. I would imagine frozen water bottles should be really handy for a small patio pond during the hottest summer days. Possibly. Yeah, I think in like a 20 gallon or like a 40 gallon up to 50 gallons. I think anything bigger than that, and you better have like milk jug size frozen water. Andrew joining the members only content dream team. Thank you. That was a weird sentence, but whatever. Squids have GoPros? What? Hey Bob, could you keep Florida flagfish in an outdoor pond? Yes. So in my opinion, anything that lives in Florida can live in an outdoor pond. So the Florida flagfish, another one is pygmy sunfish, all the random minnows they have out there, because it does get cold in Florida, and they're there every year, so obviously they can survive the cold weather. Would rams do well in the summer tub in tropical climate? I feel like Bolivian rams would do well, but the German rams, I'm not so sure. Again, if it's warm enough, yes. I think that for some reason, people think that outdoor tubbing is more difficult than an aquarium, when really it's way easier, and it's no different, except it's not glass, it's plastic. So just the key is to treat your tub exactly like you would an aquarium. And everything that applies to an aquarium applies to a tub. So, yeah, unless you're like somewhere where it rains, like just dumps gallons every day, and you don't have to, you're getting all that new fresh water. You don't have to care if it's cycled or not. There's probably some extreme conditions out there that it's not going to be the same. But I threw a couple of fancy guppies out into my tub just to see what would happen. So far, he survived 60-degree water temps overnight. Yeah, my guppy tank, I have not culls, but just a mix of random different types of guppies. I don't heat it, and that tank gets down into the low 60s, and I've never had issues. They still reproduce just fine. My flagfish do fantastic, make a ton of babies, and the colors are amazing compared to indoor raised. Yes, so the Florida flagfish I feel is super underrated. It's very colorful, especially, I feel like I've said this like 100 times, but especially in the sunlight, they are just ridiculously colored. They look really cool. And as far as like fish care, super easy to take care of. Michael Machos. Eric, what? My flagfish. Oh, I already read that one. I have all my outdoor aquariums under a north-facing veranda. I don't know why I had difficult with that. I don't know why that word was difficult, but whatever. To shade them in the summer, they all get day sun in winter. I plan to put a bed outside when the temperature gets warm enough overnight. Yeah, and that's really what's key. As long as it's warm enough overnight. Man, when we had that heat wave for Washington, I don't remember if it was last week or the week before, but my tubs were sitting at like 78 degrees at night. It was crazy. I think it was last week, because last week I had to put my air conditioner in here to be able to live stream. Do you think it would be more difficult to breed blue bolt shrimp compared to blue dream? Yes. Well, maybe. If I was to make a list of like the easiest shrimp to care for, and which includes breeding down to the hardest, blue dream would be above blue bolts. But that's my opinion. I've had blue dreams, I've had blue bolts, and I thought the blue dreams were insanely easier to take care of. Streetwise says, I will be putting white clouds and neocardinia shrimp in a deep artificial pond like Corey's, 25 feet deep, so they can all survive under ice. Oh man, that would be interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of someone doing like cherry shrimp in a pond that size. I mean, I'm sure they're all over in Florida. I mean, you see them collecting out there, and they're not, I wouldn't call them cherry shrimp. I mean, they are cherry shrimp, but they're not red. They're just brown, just natural color. But that would be cool. If I could do shrimp, so I didn't have to take them out in the fall, I would totally do shrimp in a summer tub. I think it would be super awesome. But I did it the very first year I did summer tubbing. I put cherry shrimp in one of the 304, I think it's 360 gallons actually, now that I think of it. And removing them all was just a nightmare. Just, man, I'm that person that will like, I have to remove every single one. Like none of these animals are going to die on my watch. Why? I mean, I've definitely killed my fair share of fish due to various reasons, but I will sit there for hours if I know that, like, if I see one and I miss it in the net, I will sit there for hours until I find it again. And like when the tub is like 6 feet by 4 feet and you have it down to like a ½ inch of water, it really doesn't matter. I mean, the shrimp can blend in so well. And that's what happened to me, I think 2 or 3 years ago now. And ever since then, I'm like, I'm never doing shrimp again. Danny wants to do shrimp, or wants to in one of her outdoor tubs. And I was like, if you do, I ain't helping you when you break it down. Like, that's all you. That was terrible. In Vancouver, Washington, when the snow melts off of Silver Mountain. What? I have a 45-gallon tub outside with golden white clouds. Love it. Golden white clouds are a really cool fish to do outside. Now, because they're golden, they stand out so well, but they also stand out for predators. So as long as you don't have any predators that will pick them off, you're going to be doing okay. Kim says, that's me too, every single one. And I do it with snails too. Like when I take down tanks, if there's like some little tiny baby snail, like I'll scoop that bad boy out too. When I'm out hosing them out in the driveway and I miss a snail and I see a snail like rolling down the driveway with the water, I'll go grab it and throw it back in a tank. Sorry, I'm late. How's it going with the crab? Still have it? Yes, Mike. So for anyone who doesn't know, I have a devil Thai crab, something like that. And it is just the coolest animal that I've had in a long time. He's super active and still a bit like skittish, but sometimes it stays out. And it's just really cool. It loves algae wafers. It loves plants. There's some varying degree of info on whether they eat fish. I have not put fish in it yet, but I'll probably throw some endlers or guppies in there, see how well they do. Because obviously, if a tank has water in it, I need to put fish in it. That's just the way it goes. Got some crypts from the co-op today. Going to throw them in the Lethrinops tanks. Any pro tips? So with crypts, well, actually the co-op, I think they sell them submersed, I believe. But if they're immersed grown, then I usually cut off all the leaves and then plant them, and it saves like a month worth of transition time. But it's from the co-op, you shouldn't have to do that. My pro tip would be feed lots of well, if you already have plants in there, then you're already feeding them well. So yeah, the only thing you don't want to do is bury the crown of the crypt, which is, you know, have that root structure. You don't want the very top of that to be buried. That would be my only tip. What are predators to look out for with golden white clouds? Well, I've had raccoons go into the tubs, and yep, they will fish them out. And we have, oh, I'm drawing a blank. Oh man, not kingfishers, not. Oh man, we have a bird. I'm totally drawing a blank that will sit on the side of the tub and just pick them off. So I'm gonna be building screens for mine. I'll just go to Home Depot and buy some aluminum like 1/4-inch screen material they have there, and just make a simple top for them. What I kind of want to do, I don't know how many have seen Haley from Oddball Aquatics rope fish tank. So she has an indoor pond basically that's, you know, it's covered with the greenhouse siding stuff. for the lid, and she can just raise it. I kind of want to do that. So I want to put my tubs, I want to build a planter box around them, and then I want to raise it up a little bit and build a top that I can just open up and then close. And I think that'll, herons, yes, herons, thank you. Tons and tons and tons of heron. And golden white clouds, they can see those things a mile away. Same with rice fish. So that's why I'm going to be building a top. But anyways, I kind of want to do that because I feel like it'll be insulated a lot better. It'll stay warm a lot longer. And one, it'll be cool to just water the plants with the pond water when you do water changes. So I kind of want to do something like that, but we'll see if the price of wood ever comes down, because it's freaking, you all know, it's ridiculous. Matt says, so y'all have snails in your tubs? What kinds? I have ram's horn, tons of ram's horns, pond snails. Basically what a lot of people consider pest snails. I love snails. I have no issues with snails. I want snails in every single one of my tanks. They're so beneficial. They don't eat plants. They only eat dying or dead plants, which is nice. So yeah, a lot of good. You know, they're really, if you're really going for more of an ecosystem type tank, then yeah, snails are good to have. Now, a lot of people don't like snails because they just, oh, there's thousands of snails in my tank. Well, then you're feeding too much. I find that those are the people that are kind of feeding like 2-3 times a day, and that's just way too much. And I get it, you know, it's fun to watch your fish eat, and whenever you get close to the tank, they all beg. So I get it. I think it's a mistake that a lot of us have made. I used to do it. But yeah, anyways. My tubs have floaters, which help with predators. Yeah, so mine are covered with duckweed. I have to go out there every day and scoop it out with a net. So there's periods of the day when they can definitely see in. My dojo loach eats my 3 Plecos algae wafers. Then he chokes, spits them out over and over. He is such an idiot. Anything I can do to feed my Plecos? Probably feed them at night with the lights off. That's what I would do. I've had mice who couldn't escape. Snails +2. Yeah. I have in my tubs ways for mammals to climb out if they get stuck in it. So that also gives birds a place to sit. So yeah, definitely getting the tubs or the lids on there as soon as I can. The price of a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood at my local Home Depot is over $100. It's so ridiculous. My mom used to feed her fish breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I told her, please stop. Yeah. Like I said, I've done it. Goldfish eat duckweed. That's the rumor. I swear I've never had goldfish eat duckweed. I know they do. I've seen it. I've seen Corey put in goldfish in his tank, and the next week all the duckweed is gone. I put goldfish in my tank, and they're like, no, we ain't no scrubs. We're not eating that junk. Feed us real food. Do I let my dogs drink the tub water? I wouldn't if they ever went for it. So far, they've shown no interest in the tubs except trying to pee on them. So I generally don't let them buy the tubs anymore because they'll go over there and try to mark their territory. And luckily the tubs are tall enough that they don't pee in them, but I still don't want them peeing on them because that's gross. So yeah, generally the dogs don't get to go buy the tubs. I saw dwarf seahorses today at the local aquarium. Amazing, only 1 inch. Lots of colors too. Wow. I didn't know there was a such thing as dwarf seahorses. That's crazy. I got a decent deal of tubs yesterday. 340-gallon tubs for $120. Mike, that is an amazing deal. It's a really good deal. Matt says, I love snails too. Haven't had to scrape algae or any algae at all in about a year, which is right when I got snails from my new plants. There's a lot of snails that eat algae for sure. K Walker says I have to grow duckweed for my goldfish. I had a 90-gallon tank just covered with duckweed, and there was no fish in it. And I bought like 100 goldfish from the wholesaler, and I was like, oh yeah, they're definitely going in that tank. I won't have to feed them. And like a week later, I still was just covered in duckweed. They didn't touch it at all. telling you. I bring duckweed to a turtle. The only turtle I have will not eat duckweed, unfortunately. When I had the mini musk turtles, they definitely ate duckweed. I have some rainbows that will eat duckweed, but not a significant amount. They'll eat it. They'll eat it enough to where it doesn't propagate in their tank. But if I was to like take a net and scoop it out of another tank and put it in their tank, they definitely can't eat that much. Bob, what do I like to cook when I go camping? Usually, some sort of skillet with, like meat and peppers and eggs and stuff like that, or steak, something easy. Sometimes I'm super lazy and just bring sandwiches. Armor all the outside of the tubs. Rain will wash any pee off. Yeah, I get it. But when it's 100 degrees out for like a week straight and they're peeing on the tubs, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I realize I can just go hose it off, but I can just as easily stop them from going by the tubs. And they're smart. They don't go by the tubs anymore. Would you water change outside tubs or just top off? I've never, I can't say never. I have watered some plants and the lawn a few times. But I wasn't doing it because I needed a water change. I was doing it because I was like, hey, I'm going to water the lawn with my tub water today. So normally I just top off. We get enough rain here that it also will overflow. I've got some overflow holes drained in my tub, which I would highly recommend, because if it rains a lot, you don't want your water going all the way to the top and overflowing over the top, because then your fish will overflow with that water. So it's pretty rare, I will admit, for that to happen, but it definitely can happen. So I take like little, I take like a 1/4-inch drill bit and just drill little holes around it. Sen just posted the link for my outdoor channel. I guess so. My goldfish love duckweed. I can't grow it fast enough. Not my experience. My dogs are barking at your dogs. Yep. It's unfortunate, but I can't get mad because I trained them to do that. So, it sucks for the live streams, but I want them to do that for the other 22 hours of the day. Oh, you just answered the overflow question. Not sure if this is a dumb question, but how do you stop rain from overflowing the tubs? Yep, there you go. 2 of my gold zebra loaches fight hardcore. Happened after I feed them. I recently got Rumino tetras. I need to put the flakes in first so they eat. That gets the loaches going crazy. Gold zebra loaches. I've never kept gold zebra loaches. My regular zebra loaches, I've never seen them quarrel before. Interesting. I was gonna say, man, what loaches would I put in a tub? Probably just Sewillia loaches. I don't think there's any other loaches I would put out in tubs. I do really want to try a hatchet fish now. I might see if they're available and go and order some hatchet fish. Interesting. There are some clear overflow systems for tubs which will keep the inhabitants in the tank. I mean, you could spend money on that stuff, or you could just drill a hole. So the way I do it is I drill a hole and then I'll actually like glue. Hi, I love you too, buddy. Good job. Did you scare him away? Good. So I'll drill my overflow holes, and then I will take like pieces of sponge and glue them to the overflow hole to prevent any fry from like going through that hole. Which again, I realize is pretty rare, but if I can save one fry from going through there when it's raining out, then it's worth it. Like, it's not hard to glue a little piece of sponge filter on there. Is it safe for dogs to drink out of the summer tub? I mean, they drink out of lakes and rivers and ponds when I go hiking, and I mean, I would say the last 15 years of taking dogs on hikes, sometimes they've gotten diarrhea, but it's pretty rare. I don't know that, like, I have clean water for them, so there's no point for me to let them drink out of the tubs. So I don't. But I don't know that it would be harmful. Like, the water is incredibly filtered in those tubs. There's just, I mean, there's tons of algae and everything in there. The pup needs affirmation for his security alerts. That was true. He's like, look at what I did. Look at what I did. The dechlorinator is bad for them. Yes, I don't dechlorinate my dog water. Well, I do, but I don't use like Safe or Prime. I just use the carbon filter. So they get chlorine-free water as well. Go get them. Go get them. Go get them. I try to discourage drinking, but I haven't noticed it causing any issues in my dogs. Yeah, I wouldn't think it would be much of a problem. For summer tubs, does anyone put substrate in it and plant them up, or do most people put floating plants? I use clay pots and plant that way. Hey. Yeah, so just clay pots, put substrate in the clay pots. It's way cheaper than putting substrate through the entire tub, at least for mine, because mine are 6 feet long. My dogs drink filter gravy when I'm not looking. Filter gravy? Ugh. I don't doubt it. Like, my dog tried to eat duckweed once when I was scooping out like just netfuls of duckweed, and he got a big mouthful. He kind of ninja'd some duckweed out of my 5-gallon bucket when I wasn't looking, and yeah, so I don't doubt there's not really much they won't put in their mouth. Freaking dogs. Mine likes the green water. I may let it drop a bit so he can't reach it. Interesting. Just like Sam Walton said, summer tubbing is a great way to enjoy the outdoors so long as it's 10 gallons with a common pleco. That's kind of funny. It definitely happens. I overflow mine in a ground pond when I do top offs, but I have to monitor to make sure that mosquito fish don't slip over the top. I would like to try mosquito fish someday. I've never kept mosquito fish. Oh man, they moved my camera. There we go. Good job, buddy. You moved my camera. I dirted my 45-gallon tub capped with cheap sand from Home Depot. Working great. I would... Actually, that sounds like a fun little idea to try. Dirting an outdoor tub. I bet that'd be pretty cool. I'm doing sand with some native dirt. I don't use dechlorinator for topping off tubs, but depending on your water, this may not work for others. Yeah, it definitely helps to know and be aware of your water, and not just for tubs, for aquariums too. So if we get like long stretches with no rain and then it rains, they love to just dump in mass amounts of chlorine, and it's disgusting. Like, I mean, you can smell it, and it always happens. It happens a lot in the fall. Like, go all August without any rain, halfway through September, and then we'll just get like a downpour for a day or two, and they'll just dump in the chlorine. That's so gross. My dogs love to eat the extreme community flakes. Never have to worry about cleaning up a spill. Oh man. Yeah, my dogs have gone through entire tubs of fish food multiple times throughout my fish keeping career. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating. I want to tub some rainbows. Do it. I live in Michigan and I'm worried about what my nighttime water temperature needs to be. I want to do 2 300-gallon tubs with Bosemani. I don't know that. I mean, Bosemanis can go to like the low 70s pretty easily. You know, the Herbert Axelrodi and the turquoise, so the yellow and the turquoise, they can definitely withstand colder temperatures. But again, I mean, I don't know what your summer temperature is like in Michigan, but for the Bosemani, I don't know that I would go much lower than like 62 degrees nighttime temperature. Do you think a species of pygmy sunfish would do well outside here during the summer in Western Washington? Oh yeah, definitely. I think in the only thing you'd have to worry about is actually getting, no, I was going to say too warm, but I don't think that's going to be a problem here for pygmy sunfish. I want to do them outside. I think they would do really well outside. And if your municipality uses chloramine, it won't gas off and you almost have to use water conditioner. Yep, so I know my water pretty well. We get like annual or biannual water reports, and what's kind of frustrating is that I have 3 different sources of water and I never know where they're coming from. So one doesn't use chloramine, one does, one uses fluoride, one doesn't, one only uses chlorine. It's pretty frustrating. This is why I filter everything for me, my dogs, and use dechlorinator and stuff like that for my fish. My vacuum loves tropical flakes. It sucks them up in seconds. That's pretty funny. I have mosquito fish outside in a 300 tub. They are amazing to watch. I recommend them. You should send me some. How about that? I need to find a fish that doesn't exist. And what I mean by that is I have my brine shrimp tub. I need to find a fish that can go in brackish that won't eat my brine shrimp, but will eat my mosquito larvae, because for some reason I'm getting mosquito larvae in a brackish tank, and I don't even know how that's possible. Now, I don't know if they're just like making it like a week and then dying off. I'll have to monitor it, but some of the mosquito larvae are getting pretty big, so they've been in there a while. And I didn't think that was possible in a brackish tank. We had a pump break in our area, and all our water smelled like a swimming pool for about a week. Oof. It's so bad. There's just all the, like when your water has that chemical taste, that is pretty much the worst. The worst. What else? What do we got going on here? Hi, Chevy Fish. Hi, Zen. We had a pump break. Nice. Always a species I've wanted to try. What else haven't we covered yet? Is there anything we haven't covered? Mutant salt mosquitoes. It's crazy. Like I said, I didn't even know that was possible. What about shiners and darters? So I have rainbow shiners that will be going in an outdoor tub, and I've got one more tub to set up, and those are going to be for my rainbow shiners. However, I think it's going to be probably next year until I start getting any type of eggs or fry out of them, because they're really small. And but I'm still going to put them outside. They'll stay out there all year. Darters, on the other hand, I'm not sure about darters because they love flow. So unless I was to put some power heads or something in one of my tubs, which I wouldn't because I don't have power anywhere near my tubs, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence of darters. I would almost rather do like a native tank in my fish room, in like a 55 or any longer like 4-foot tank, than doing them outside in a summer tub. I mean, I'm sure they'd be fine, but would they be happy? I think it would be one of those things where you know, they would live but not thrive situations. Speaking of, do you know of any livebearers that can go outside here besides things like endlers and mosquito fish? I mean, guppies, platies. Platies do well. My platies now have been down into 40-degree weather, and they're still alive, so I would say platies. These Hawaiian platies that I have are the first platies that I've ever kept, and I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I've wanted the Variata Sunset platies for a very long time, and so I'm going to get those eventually, but man, they are a lot cooler than I thought. Like, I've always been like, platies, pff, whatever, pff, mollies, pff, whatever, but I'm very impressed. I love them already. How much of an issue are mosquitoes with tubbing? I love the tub, but don't want to invite a ton of mosquitoes since the tubs would have to be pretty close to the house. So they're not an issue at all if you have fish in your tub. They're actually very beneficial, but I can't put fish in my brine shrimp tub, or they're going to eat all my brine shrimp as well. But mosquito larvae is one of the best things that you can feed fish, and they go crazy for it. So, you know, I mean, if you have like a 100-gallon tub with like 2 fish in it, you might get some mosquitoes that are making it out of there. But, you know, if you have like a dozen fish, they're never gonna make it out of the water. They're gonna eat the larvae before they actually get out of there. So, crab tubbing. Ooh, I feel like you need a pretty large tub so that your water doesn't get too hot. So Caitlin, that was the issue I had, which like 2-3 weeks ago, like I was on a mad dash to find fish because I went out there and there was just, there's a billion mosquito larvae. And so I put the tetras and the platies out there, and now there's none. So yeah, you really don't have to worry about it as long as you have fish in there. And I kind of do that on purpose. I wasn't expecting it so fast this year, but I like to get mosquito larvae in there in the spring and then add the fish instead of the other way around, just to give them a lot. Like what I had like mosquito larvae. I had Daphnia out there. There was like copepods. There was just all kinds of stuff in there, and it took them like 2 weeks to get rid of it all. So, but you know, when they eat that much live food, hopefully I'm gonna get some eggs and some fry of something in there. It's possible, Bob. Have a look at mangroves. Oh, as far as like plants you're talking about for tubs, yeah, I could do mangroves. What is the largest tub you own? I have 2 tubs that are 6 feet by 4 feet by either 20 inches or 2 feet deep, and those are the largest. And then I have 3 100-gallon tubs, and that's all. BJ Palmer says, gotta go. Have a great... Okay. All right, BJ. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I will monitor nighttime temperatures and tune back in. Also planning on some dwarf neon rainbows. Excited to see what happens. Oh, dwarf neons would be cool. I don't know if you mean for summer tubbing or just in general, but that would be a cool fish for summer tubbing. See you later, BJ Palmer. Thanks for stopping by. If you don't have fish in the tub, you can use mosquito dunks. Prevents the larvae from developing. That's true too. You could do that. Or you could put fish in there, which would be pretty sweet. Way better than mosquito dunks. What about putting a frog in there to eat the mosquitoes? Well, it would really depend on the frog. My tubs are not really set up for frogs, and if you get like bullfrogs in there, they'll eat your fish as well. So yeah, I probably wouldn't recommend frogs. Although it would be cool to have a tub of like the pipa toads or whatever those are. Pipa, pipa. I don't know. Ever tried tubbing in a bathtub? Just personally. Can I use salt or ick on rubber lip plecos? Can I use salt for ick? I find it pretty incredible that your pleco actually has ick. I would use salt very sparingly and raise the temperature. Your green screen is showing behind you over your right shoulder. I don't see it. Maybe you're behind because it was showing, but I fixed it. I don't see it now. Maybe I'll look over here. No, I don't see it anywhere. There's a guy in Australia that has 3 bathtubs outside, all with fish. I've always wanted... Well, I mean, I don't want to because I think it would look terrible. But you can go on like Craigslist or OfferUp, and there's always people giving away hot tubs. Always. Can you imagine like a whole row of like used hot... You just got like 12 hot tubs all lined up with fish in them. That'd be kind of funny. I have green hair algae mixed with Java moss floating in outdoor tubs. Any solutions to get the hair algae out? Ooh, you could take it out, like take out your what was it, Java moss out, spray it with hydrogen peroxide really fast, and just immediately throw it back in there. That can be a bit tricky though. It took me a couple times of killing the moss and the algae of getting it right. I mean, it's literally like squirt, throw it in there, but you can't be too fast, otherwise it'll just all dissolve in the water. So, but if you're too slow, it's gonna kill all your plants. And I swear, it's like a half a second is your leeway time. It's crazy. Otherwise, you just need to figure out what's causing your green hair algae, and if it's outdoor in a tub, you're probably getting too much sunlight. The green screen issue is not showing now. Okay, good. So it was a while ago. We have killies in a few streams here in Ohio, and winters don't kill them. The bluefin killifish would be an awesome fish, and I was looking at a different one actually. Let's see if I can find it. So what was I looking at? I'm probably not going to see it here. Oh yeah, the least killifish, the Heterandria formosa. I would love to do that one in an outdoor tub. Super duper small, so you don't need a large tub. They would do well in like a 40-gallon. Obviously, the bigger the better, though. But yeah, the world's smallest live bearer, the least killifish. Where have you found the best prices on tubs? Unfortunately, OfferUp, Craigslist. Otherwise, what is the not Tractor Supply, but here, I don't know if you have a you mentioned one time going to the co-op, so I'm assuming you're down south. I don't know if you have a coastal farm and ranch down there, but sometimes they go on sale. They're cheaper than Tractor Supply, but usually if I can't find what I need on Craigslist or OfferUp, then I'll just pull up Tractor Supply or Coastal and find out. Usually one of them has it on sale, although I haven't really looked since this crazy inflation has been starting to go on, or has started. But yeah, usually you can find them on sale, and they're only like $10 off anyways when they're on sale. But hey, I'll take $10. I'll gladly wait for $10. But yeah, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. If you're on Facebook, is the black chin live bear any good? Yes. Green ghost, that is an awesome fish. I've never kept it myself, but I have seen them in person, and they're pretty dang cool. That's another species I want to try too. I haven't found any for sale though. Maybe Wild Fish Tanks has some. Ryan might have some. I see them quite often on Aquabid, so maybe try Aquabid. It's definitely not a fish you're going to find at a fish store though, if you're talking about the Heterandria formosa. When I got them, I've had them twice. The first time I got them from a local breeder, and then I bought them on offer or Aquabid once, I believe. Pretty sure. I should check my Aquabid history, but I haven't bought anything in so long. I think I probably don't even remember the login. I have a platy that no matter what I feed will not get rid of its golf ball sized stomach. Acts normal but is outrageously fat. What do I do? I mean, maybe it's just a deformity. Maybe it's just that simple. If you've tried everything you can think of and it's still there, that just might be the way. Yeah, I would say it's probably a pregnant female unless it's been going on for a long time. Bob, this is the killie we have. They get up to 7 inches and really colorful. Fundulus. Oh, that reminds me. I don't know why, but I also have my purple spot gudgeons that will be going outside this year. I'm gonna Google Fundulus catenotus, whatever that is. I'm sure I just butchered that name. Let's take a look here. Northern studfish. This is interesting. That's interesting, but also pretty cool looking. Could you plant lavender around your pond? It's naturally mosquito repellent. So I'm definitely not a plant person. If it doesn't grow in the water, I know nothing about it. So I don't want to say yes or no. However, I do love lavender plants. So it would definitely be something to look into. But again, I want mosquitoes in my tubs. So I don't know that I really want a repellent because I want them to lay. I want the mosquito larva. Used to be normal size, isn't a balloon platy. Any other ideas? I mean, you could try you could try salt. It can be a laxative for fish if it's just something that's not coming out. I don't know how long has it been that way. What's the perfect numbers of tetras in a 40-gallon with a breeding group of L134s? It really depends on the tetra. Like an ember tetra that's a 1/2 inch is a lot different than like a bleeding heart tetra that's 3 inches. Yeah, it might be a tumor as well. So yeah, it really depends on the tetra, Leo. Where's Danny when you need her? I know, we're actually talking about plants and she's not even in chat. The nerve. Gosh. I think we are scheduling the next live stream with her, but we're still 2 to 3 weeks out. She's definitely the plant person. Saw Joey DOI have a meltdown. Oh, yeah. Yep. I think just about everyone has seen that now. Fat bellies make me think parasites. Possibly. I mean, salt is my go-to over just about anything these days. 4 months. I mean, if it was me, I would treat salt. Like I said, that's my go-to. Maybe Rural King has good tub prices. I hate shopping there, but it can be an option. I've never even heard of that, so they're probably not in Washington, I'm assuming. Isn't there a fish farm that uses concrete crypts and coffins? Yes, in Florida. In Florida. I think it was Co-op that did a tour of that. Wait, no, isn't that the extreme people? Like, isn't that their fish farm? I don't know. They've never contacted me before, so what do I know? I ain't bitter though. Extreme fish food, I love it. Let's see if Aquatics has gone for 4 months. Fat belly makes me think parasites. Where's Danny? So Joey. Yeah. Many farms do that. Imperial Tropicals is one of them. That's where I would love to go to Imperial Tropicals. I've met Mike a few times. My chat keeps stopping. I think it just, I think people just aren't saying anything. I don't know. But yeah, Mike seems like a pretty cool guy. I've met him at the Aquatic Experience, I think twice. And I would love to just go around and look at all his rainbow fish. Like, I don't care about his other fish. I just want to see all his rainbow fish ponds. Maybe go swimming with the GoPro. Cardinal tetras, I got 6 so far, just waiting for my caves to arrive to move them in. Okay, so I think, what was it, a 40-gallon breeder, I assume. I mean, you could do like 12 to 18 of them in there, easily. For fishing out shrimp, you could use sponges to move them to one side. I know it's kind of late to chime in on that one. It would have to be a pretty big sponge. I do agree, like, when I've taken down like 10 or 20 longs with Hamburg matin filters, I've always just taken the matin filter and just squeezed it to the other side. Usually, like, I'll take like a 4-inch net, and then I'll move the matin filter all the way over like 4 inches off the glass, and then I can just go whoop with the net. But these are 6 feet wide, so that might be a little difficult. You could probably maybe, well, see, one thing I tried once was I lowered the water down to about 1 inch, and then I put one side up on a brick. So, you know, all the water obviously goes to one side, but the shrimp don't move fast enough and they get caught up in like the rocks and everything, and then they just die. So that doesn't work either. What solar power bank do you recommend for a Co-op USB nano air pump? So I don't use any solar panels with batteries anymore. I've had the worst luck with any of the solar power banks, like the portable ones or anything like that. So now I just buy solar panels that have USB plugs on them, and they only run when it's sunny out, which is just fine for a tub. So yeah, my sponge filters are only running when it's sunny out. And if you get, you know, most solar panels these days will also run the USB pump in overcast as well. So yeah, not a big issue. It's happening so fast. Curtis, what's up, buddy? Do a mono shrimp mate often? Yeah, they mate nonstop. If you have a mono shrimp and you're watching them after like 3-4 months and they're happy, they will definitely, you'll see the females, big fat bellies with full of eggs. They'll never spawn because they need brackish water, but oh, summer nights. So yeah, I've had some really big females before. Am I going to Aquashella? I am not. No Aquashella for me, but I can say that ALA is in the ALAA. The ALA is definitely a go for me, which is in I believe the third weekend of October in Miami. And I'm going to rent a yacht and spend a day going, I don't know where. But, yep, that's the plan. Have you ever seen four-eyed fish? It is very ugly, creep me out. See, I think it's pretty dang cool. Yes, I've seen the four-eyed fish. And if you don't know what that is, it is a fish with four eyes. And they're two rows of two. So two of their eyes are under the water, two of their eyes are above water. And I think it's pretty cool. So, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're ugly. I could make an argument that they might be creepy, but in a good way. Definitely not ugly. Steenfott Aquatics, I found out fairly recently that my building will be tent fumigated for termites. What are your recommendations on what to do with the aquarium if you have gone through that? So when I was a kid, we had to bomb our house, and all we did was cover the tank with a tarp and then put a blanket on top of the tarp as well for like just added protection. I don't know why. And that worked. But I don't know. I don't know. I would hate to say just put a tarp on it and it'll be fine. And then next week you come back and say, I put a tarp on it and all my fish are dead. So I don't know. It's probably best to take them out, but that's what we did. And so it was just a 29 gallon and the tarp went all the way over it, all the way to the ground. It was, I mean, this is a long time ago. I don't know what size of the tarp was, but it was huge. And then we put a blanket on top of it as well. And they did all right. Rent a yacht. Yeah, that's more of a dream than reality. But you know what? You got to dream. You know, you got to have dreams. I did look. They're like, what was it? I found like a 68-foot yacht. It's $1,600 a day. So yeah, definitely a dream. But you know, it would be a lot of fun. Get a lot of fish nerds out on a yacht and just party it up. I mean, I don't really party, but I still think it would be fun. I saw a four-eyed fish and I went into shock. Anaphylactic shock. I'll see myself out. All my female amanos are almost always buried. Yep. Yeah, they're they do the deed quite often for sure. I have 4 mono shrimp in a 36 gallon to help get rid of blackbeard algae. Does it actually help though? In my experience, like a mono shrimp, don't do anything. Bob, I'll meet you at the ALA. I want to go also. I'm trying to talk anyone I can go into going. I think it's really fun. Especially if you buy your tickets right now. Tickets are so cheap. Turn off air pumps or they will put fumes into the aquarium. Lumpy dog. Man, I haven't seen you in like 3 years. But coming in with the knowledge bomb, that's an excellent point. Any air pumps you should turn off. I'm on a boat. Screw trees. I climb buoys. Jonah's Aquarium has bluefin, least killifish, and some other U.S. natives. If you're interested, I just remembered their site and have to look at. Yeah, they won't ship to me. If you're in Washington, which I think you are, they will not ship to you either. So, yep, I reached out to them about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they were rude and would not ship to Washington. I wouldn't say they were rude. They were just, I don't know. It wasn't the best customer experience. But I have been working on it. I have also been using peroxide to spot treat it. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Oh, excuse me. Lumpy dog in the house. The house, not the house. The house. Have you ever gone to New Zealand or will you ever come? I would love to go to New Zealand. I've never been there. And it's definitely on my list if things ever return to normal, whatever normal is. I bought some Amanos for green hair algae and saw 0 results. That's funny because that's the only time I've ever seen results, but you have to buy a lot of them. Like if you have a 40 breeder and it's just, you have like just a ton of hair algae and you buy like 4 Amano shrimp. No, you need like 100 Amano shrimp. I've never been a fan of buying shrimp for algae control, because shrimp just don't eat a lot. Yes, they graze all day, but look how tiny they are. So you need like 100. This is why in like all these like ADI professional aquascape tanks, they put in a bazillion Amano shrimp. They don't just put in like 4 or 5 or 6. They're just like 100 of them in there. We have been talking about it. ALA have a daughter in Dora, Florida. I don't know why I said Dora, Florida. I think it'd be really cool. I don't know that I would go on the collecting trip as of now, because the collecting trip adds a day, and like airfare is way cheaper to fly. It's way cheaper to fly out on the day that they're out collecting, and then it's another like 2 nights in a hotel, which hotels, that's the expensive part, not the airfare. Airfare is cheap. It's the hotels that really kill you, at least me. Nachos, lemon heads on my dad's boat. Whatever normal is, it's going to be the title of my autobiography. Yeah. ALA is in October. May anniversary is on, it's my anniversary in October, and it's my turn to pick the location. There you go, Miami. I mean, talk about a good, what would I know? But we'll talk about a good anniversary location. I really wanted some Amano shrimp, and the beard algae was an excuse to get some for my tank. Oh yeah, for sure. Amano, I'm not saying like don't get Amano shrimp. Amano shrimp are awesome. Just don't have high expectations when it comes to them solving your algae issues, is all I'm trying to say. Still awesome, and I have them. I keep them in tanks that don't have algae. Who am I kidding? All my tanks have algae. I'm starting a fish room finally. Sweet. My fish room is going to be pretty lame. Pretty dang lame. I'm pretty sad about it, but I'm not building my fish room out of spite. So it's going to be lame. Now the truth comes out. It's raining in New Zealand. It's cold country version of Texas. There's, I have a few reasons to go to New Zealand, and I definitely want to go there. I want to go to some of the other islands around there as well. If I go to New Zealand, it would be, I would have to be like at least 2 weeks for all the other places I'd want to go to along the way. What's up, guys? What's up, Bob? Hope all is well. When do rainbow fry start eating BBS? I have 3 to 4 day old fry. Well, it kind of depends. Surprisingly enough, Pseudo McGills will generally eat them faster than like Melanotania, because they just have bigger mouths, which is kind of funny. But I've never actually done baby brine shrimp, so I cannot give you like a date. I use like golden pearls, powder food. So yeah. Your goldfish don't eat duckweed and your Amanos don't eat algae. Are you sure you don't have lazy fish? Oh, they eat algae, just not a significant amount of it. And I probably overfeed too. Carol Cox, $5 super chat for the yacht fund. I'll probably end up in one of those little like 2-man little boat things with the foot pedals on and be pedaling around out in the Atlantic. But whatever. Are you okay? You look really sad. Hope, are you talking to me? Do I look sad? I'm not, I promise. Steenfott Aquatics, if you ever come to New Zealand, I 100% want to meet you. No guarantees, but that would be one of the ideas of going. If I turn it into like a meet and greet, I think I can write off some of it. It's a business trip, really. I'm not going there to just hang out on the beach. It's a business trip. Are you talking to me, Trish? I'm curious. I don't know. Maybe I guess it would make sense that you're talking to me because you can't see anyone else, but I don't know. Moving 4 hours away in a few weeks. Would I need to tear down my 20-gallon long and remove fish and substrate? I would remove the fish. I would take all the water out. I would not remove the substrate. 20-gallon, well, I probably wouldn't remove the substrate. If you have like really deep gravel and it's heavy, then I might remove it. But if you just have like an inch or two of substrate, like you can move a 20-gallon long just fine. It's not heavy enough. And I would definitely take the fish out though, because if you leave like 1 or 2 inches of water in there for the fish to travel, it's going to be sloshing around like crazy. Whereas if you put them in a 5-gallon bucket, still going to slosh around, but it's not nearly as bad as having 30 inches of water just sloshing back and forth for 4 hours. So I want to meet Bob too. Your eyes look watery. Maybe you got too much sun. I think it's just, maybe it's the fort. They do kind of look watery. I don't know. I mean, I was out in the sun before I came in here, and it is really bright. Actually, you know what it is? Maybe. I got new LED lighting in here, and it's way brighter than it normally is. So I got these new LED lights from Corey, and I used to just have one. So here, I'll show you. I can't show the new lights, but so I used to just have this one little light is all that was in front of me. And now I've got 4 LED lights that are like, I would say like 10 by 8-ish. So there's one here, there's one here, there's one here, and there's one here. And it's way brighter in here, and that might be it. And now I have enough lighting in here that you're just catching the beautiful sparkles of my eyes. I don't know. Hey, Bob, do you have any tips for keeping Epistogramma borellii? Not any that are not like specific to any epistogrammas. I would say that the borellii are pretty easy to care for. If you have multiple males, then you definitely want to have like line of sight breaks, different hides for them. But if you just have like one pair, yeah, they're not a difficult fish to keep happy. They can go in a wide range of water parameters. They've been bred all over the world, so they're very accepting of different water parameters. So I really wouldn't worry about it. How do I breed giant danios? You know, I've never done it, but if I had to venture a guess, being an egg scatterer, you want to protect the eggs because they will eat their own eggs. So you want to feed them a lot of food, and then you want to have some sort of egg trap to collect the eggs. Now, a lot of people will just take Tupperware and put like, hi, I see ya, put like screen over it so the eggs fall through the screen, and then the giant danios obviously cannot fit through the screen. So yeah, you just need some sort of egg trap. And again, I've never done it. I'm just guessing. Yeah, see, when the dog comes in here, they move my camera. You move my camera. Yes, you do. Triple J Aquatics says, thanks for the stream, man. I hit that thumbs up. Yes, hit the thumbs up. That's all I care about. I appreciate super chats. I appreciate members. I appreciate subscribers and lurkers. But the one thing I ask, please hit that thumbs up button. We're at 164. I think we could hit 200. I think we could. Well, unless it's not updating, but I think we're at 164. Glitch in the Matrix over Bob's right shoulder. Yeah. I haven't really perfected. I've also got this new, like, it's basically like a pole that comes up with like 4 arms that you can attach stuff to. So one has a monitor, one has the camera, one has the light, one has a microphone, even though I have this microphone right here. I haven't gotten the best. I want to get a shotgun microphone so it's not, I don't have to have this in front of my face. And there's not a lot, like anytime I see one I want, it's never in stock. And the problem is that I haven't found a way to like tighten everything down so it doesn't move. Some of the mounts you can tighten down, and then like the one for the camera, you can't. So it's just like really wobbly. It's very annoying. So I gotta figure out something. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Arlo is cute. He is forgiven. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, all my dogs are cute. Do you ever change your adopted dog's names? Yes. So I do, I change their names when I get them. I don't just like, okay, this year your name is George and your name is Ralph. When I adopt them, I do change them. And if you're adopting dogs, I would absolutely change their name. So when the dogs come in, even if they have their own name when they get dropped off, shelters generally, not all of them, but they will change their name when as soon as they go into their system. So like, I'm going to go drop off George at the shelter. They take him and they change their name to Ralph, put him on the website with the name Ralph. So they're not even used to that name anyways. So like a lot of times when I go in the shelter and I call them by their name, they're like, "You talking to me? Who you talking to? My name's not Ralph. Who you talking? Who? What?" And so, yeah, don't feel bad about changing their names if you adopt a dog. And then the thing you want to do though is because they all get chipped when they're at the shelter, and when you adopt it, they change all that information. So it's just easier to like have a name picked out. So when you adopt it, you can be like, I'm going to name him this, and yeah, it's just a lot easier. Luis Ortiz just subscribed. Thank you, sir. Hi Bob. My water KH is 6, GH is 6, TDS 115. Do you suggest Caridina or Neo? I will always should suggest Neos over crystal shrimp 100% of the time. Especially if you're just starting out with shrimp. I don't know what your skill level is. You could do either. Like you could do red crystals in that pretty easily. I would highly recommend getting them local so they're used to your water already. But Neos are just awesome. They're stress-free. They're pretty much just set it and forget it. It doesn't matter what your water parameters are. Like just cherry shrimp are just awesome. I've already hit the like button. He can't hit the like button any farther. I've already hit it, man. I can't pull over any farther. Oh, man. I haven't seen that movie in so long. My dog's name growing up was Red. The next one shall be Blue. I called my dog like 10 different things. Well, I call my dogs a lot of things, especially when they're in trouble. But their name generally stays the same afterwards. How is the shelter you volunteer at? Are you planning another food drive? I am planning another food drive, but again, I like to do it in December. I don't know why. Like it's the holidays, the time of giving. I don't know. But I found a new place to go to. So the shelter I go to is doing just fine with donations. They just got like a $30,000 check from Petco. So, yeah, and I found this new, I gotta look it up here. Like this is like new, like I was just looking at it like a couple days ago. Pilot and Pause. This is a really, really cool organization that somebody told me about. And basically it's pilots that volunteer themselves and their planes to transport sick animals to get healthcare, all kinds of stuff like that. Like abandoned animals, they will fly over, pick them up, and fly them back to wherever they need, whatever shelter they need to go to. And I think they have like just hundreds of thousands of followers on Facebook, so it's pretty legit. I've been vetting them, and it's just really cool. You can go on their Facebook group, and they always post, like all the pilots always post, like here's some puppies we picked up, and we're transporting them to the shelter. And to me, like that seems very expensive to be flying around planes. So that's where I'm thinking I'm gonna go this year and donate to them. But we'll see. I mean, it's only June. Actually, I had to look at my calendar. It's June. My neighbor volunteers with Pilots for Paws. I'm very impressed. Like, also, like I'm kind of hoping maybe if I get in good, I can go on one of the trips because I love flying. Like nothing would make me happier than flying. Well, I mean, a lot of things would make me happier than flying, but flying would make me happy. What's my favorite option for a ditherfish for a tub that isn't live bearer, but you could still have fry with them? I have 2 koi and 3 red crap. Whoops. Red cap arandas, 300 gallons. So the issue you're going to have if you're not doing live bearers is they could potentially eat your eggs. Now, if they're gigantic koi and full-grown goldfish, probably not going to go for eggs. But you could do egg scatters like Danios. There's so many Danios that can go down into the low 60s. Like I went with the Buenos Aires tetras, which are, I like them because they're a bigger tetra and they can go into cold water. So you have lots of options other than live bears. And currently those are some of my favorite. I would love to, eventually I'd love to have like tubs of all kinds of different Danios, because I feel like Danios they're like psychotic rainbows. And I think they're very underrepresented in the hobby. So if I could like put them in a tub and just breed like 1,000 of them over the summer, I think that would be really cool. Triple J Aquatics says, unfortunately I have to go. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you hit the like button. If not, please hit it. Actually, you already said you hit it, so never mind. I start my service dog training on the 24th this month. They get dogs from rescues and shelters to be service dogs. Are you training to train service dogs, or are you training to get a service dog? I mean, either way, pretty cool. Service dogs are awesome. What's up from Colorado Springs again? Okay, buddy. I just pet you for like 10 hours straight. Go get some water or something. I know you need some water. Have you seen how much a goldfish poops? Red crap aranda feels appropriate. That's so funny. Like I see it says red crap, but I still paused. I was like, oh, I said it wrong again. Trying to decide between blue neon rasboras or green neon rasboras. Need green fish in my community tank. Well, it sounds like you just made your own decision. I will say that green neon rasboras are way more hardy than blue neon rasboras. Also, they're a little bit bigger. Well, they're quite a bit bigger. And bulk. Hey, you can't be over there, buddy. That's a no-no. Come over to this side. Come on. Thank you. I appreciate it. So they're both awesome fish, but I would pick green neon over blue neon every time. Hi, Bob. I got some Celebes rainbows about a month ago, and I'm totally in love with them. Celebes rainbows are amazing. I like to call them celebs rainbows, just like you spelled it, because it really triggers a lot of rainbow fish people, but we'll go with Celebes this time. Trish says, 3 a.m. comes early. Night all. Glad you are okay, Bob. I'm doing fantastic, Trish. Thank you. I appreciate your concern. I really, really do. And have a good night. 3 a.m. does come early. I get up at 4 a.m., although it's only 6:30 here, so. My service dog would rather do water changes. I'm about to do a water change, but I think I can make it 30 more minutes. I don't know. Get me a beer, service dog. I think it's pretty incredible that the people that teach their dogs to actually get them drinks out of the refrigerator. Steenfott, will L134 eat cherry shrimp? Yes. And can cherry shrimp keep the tank cycled for a day or two till my caves for that tank for the plecos? So they will eat cherry shrimp, but it's not normal. Normally cherry shrimp will get out of the way. But they'll pick off a couple, but if you have like 20 adults in there and they're breeding and you're getting little shrimplets, not a big deal. They'll outproduce what gets eaten. So I wouldn't worry about it too much if you have a good sized colony. And what was the other question? Will cherry shrimp keep it cycled? Yes. So they will keep the cycle going. Just know that shrimp create very little waste, so there's not going to be a lot of beneficial bacteria in your aquarium. So just be mindful. If I forgot how many you said you're getting, but if you're throwing like 20 plecos in there, that might be more than the current bioload can handle. So you might have like an ammonia spike. So if you're doing like a couple, maybe like up to 6, probably not going to get an ammonia spike, but I would definitely watch it, especially with plecos, because they do poop a lot. Thanks, Bob. The koi are a foot long, and the goldfish are golf ball size. They did all live together with 100 endlers and never went after them. I'll look into Danios. Yeah, I don't think they would go after the live fish, but I can definitely see, goldfish spend a lot of time like just chomping on substrate. So if they're down there scattering their eggs all on the substrate, which they would because they're egg scatterers, then they're definitely going to get the eggs. FishKid61 says, I'm hopefully doing my first live stream with John's Rainforest Room and tips on how to live stream about fish successfully. I don't really have any tips. I'm definitely not the best at it, but it's just be yourself. Don't be fake. Don't be phony. Don't pretend like you know stuff that you don't know. So like me, I say I don't know all the time. What somebody asked me about baby brine shrimp, it's like I've never done it. I don't know. I can't tell you. So just be yourself. If my dog figured out how to get in the fridge, she wouldn't be grabbing anything for me. The fridge would end up empty. Yeah, I feel like my dogs would be in the same boat. Definitely. Yeah. I was going to tell a story, but I won't. I'm thinking about starting my cherry shrimp tank, but thinking of putting them in my 125 with rainbows. Is that a bad idea? Nope. I always keep cherry shrimp with rainbows. Yes, they will eat some shrimplets, but generally they won't eat the adults. Again, like my tanks are pretty heavily planted, so there's lots of place for the shrimp to hide. And, you know, keep the rainbows well fed. Shouldn't be an issue. I put about 16 Endler live bears in a 40-gallon Costco tote at the beginning of the summer. I now have 30 fry in there and lots of color in the sun. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, I'm telling you. Summer tubbing, just sunlight in general. Like there's no LED on the market that can duplicate what the sun does. It's impossible. There are some of the what are the lights that the saltwater people used to use that took like 6 billion watts? I'm drawing another blank here. Someone will say it. Those get pretty close. But LEDs, you're never getting them anywhere near how good the sun can make fish look. Multi question. How do I vac my multi tank? Will I have to? So you could. And the nice thing about multis is that as soon as you stick something in their tank, they will run for their shells. So it makes it very easy to siphon. I would spot treat it. I wouldn't just go and do everything. I would just, maybe, they build their little mounds. Maybe there's on the other side of the mounds, there's some debris there. I would definitely just spot treat it. But as soon as you stick, no, not Kessel, metal halide. That's it. Metal halide. Thank you. Metal halide is the closest to the sun look you're going to get, in my opinion. But yeah. So anyways, as soon as you stick your gravel vacuum in there, they'll run in their shells and hide. So yeah, it's usually not a big deal. Ruben Daly says, I think my Cresty is a bit underweight. Would silkworms be a good solution to help him get bigger? I've actually never researched silkworms for crested geckos. Generally, adults are more like herbivorous than carnivorous, so I don't know if it's a baby or a juvenile. I don't know that I would go silkworms, obviously, because they're going to be huge. But I don't know that I would ever do silkworms for cresties. I mean, it would, if they eat them, it would be good solution because they're pretty fatty. But I don't know. In my opinion, like baby and juvenile cresties love crickets. I would gut load crickets. I know they're not the best nutritionally. That's why I would gut load them and just give them a lot of crickets. Oddball Aquatics. I think I was talking about you earlier and your sweet little, and your sweet rope fish indoor pond. Your summer tubbing Craigslist bathtub fish tank all-in-one $30 cold. Good for winter. What? You summer tubbing Craigslist bathtub fish tank all-in-one $30 good for winter. I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Oh man. Maybe I could put my cherry shrimp culls in the multi-tank and see what happens. Now multis, the issue I think you'll have with multis is that even if they don't eat the shrimp, they'll still get pissed and kill them. So yeah, I mean, if you have plants in there and there's places to hide, I'm sure it could be done. But if you have, Paul McCarthy, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it, Paul. But if you have multis in like a 10 gallon or a 20, I don't think the shrimp are going to be that safe. But it would be interesting to see what happens, I guess. I mean, they'll eat the shrimp, but if they're full, they will also just kill shrimp. Dubia roaches, definitely crickets, waxworms, and mealworms. Other than Petco and PetSmart, where can I get a cool stand for a 40 breeder? You're pretty much going to have to order online or make one yourself. Everyone's saying hello to Oddball Aquatics. Haley, I was saying I wanted to duplicate your indoor tubs with my outdoor tubs. So I want to build like a planter box around my outdoor tubs and then build a top that I can open that's transparent like yours. If I were to do dubia roaches, would they need a heat mat or would they be able to do well near room temperatures? So everything online will tell you that you're going to need to heat them, but I keep mine at room temp, and they definitely don't breed the fastest, which may be a good thing. If you only have one crested gecko, then you don't need to breed a ton of them. But they do breed very slowly, but they breed enough for the few lizards that I had. The thumbnail for this week is great. I made it when I got home from the gym, so I was feeling pretty spicy when I got home from the gym. So I was like, I'm gonna make something just goofy and off the wall. Room temperature for dubia roaches. Yeah, I agree. If you really want to pump them out, then I would probably heat them up. But if you don't need to produce a lot of them, room temperature just fine. They're just calls. I have like 200 cherries in a 10. Yeah, I mean, if anything, shrimp are good food. Good night and stay safe, Paul. Steenfott Aquatics, it's a joke. Your knowledge versus Craigslist. I make no sense. I agree. I agree. All right, what else we got going on? I'm on empty here. Time to bring out the big guns. Okay. Well, just gonna have myself a little drink here. Thinking about getting a crested gecko for my next tank or terrarium. In my opinion, the crested gecko is by far the best reptile to start out with. And not only are they the best for beginners, but they are super awesome. Feeling spicy from all the Tabasco? Yeah, right. K Walker, yes, metal halide lights. KG Cichlid, what's up, buddy? Dude, I've given you more attention in this live stream than I do in a month. I'm just kidding, but jeez. So needy right now. What's up? Not much. We're just talking about summer tubbing and drinking out of a fish tank, I see. Yeah, basically. No. Nope. Come on, get in your kennel. See, you moved my camera again. That happens every time you go under there. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. It's just a 1 gallon jug. It's a 1 gallon jug. Do you agree with glowfish and channels like Barb's buzzing? I personally don't. Do I agree with glowfish? What do you mean, glowfish? Barb's buzzing is definitely a joke, along with all the other Florida idiots. But I don't know. Like, do I agree? Like, are you asking what my thoughts are on goldfish, or glowfish? Yeah, do you agree with glowfish? I don't know. All the Florida idiots are idiots, though. Don't even get me started on those guys. I've had crested before. But they are super awesome. Eyelashes and skin like velvet. I miss them. Yep, they're awesome. There's no doubt about it. And they've exploded in price. So I used to breed them way back when, and man, they are so much more expensive now. Any good reptile YouTubers? There are, but none that I can name off the top of my head. I don't really watch reptile channels. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of fish channels either. So yeah. As far as glowfish, I think there's a lot of confusion on glowfish and Clint's Reptiles. Yes, I'll agree. Clint's Reptiles, he's a good dude for sure. But as far as glowfish, like I just think there's a lot of confusion. And a lot of people still think that they're injected and died when they're not. So they're not like some crazy deformity. Yeah. Serpa Design has some reptiles. I would say that Serpa Design is definitely my favorite in that genre. Like, he's kind of a mix of terrariums and paludariums and aquariums. But yeah, so he's definitely my favorite in that genre-ish. I'm thinking my next dog might be a Rhodesian Ridgeback. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah, that's a super awesome dog. Yeah, super awesome. I've heard good things about Chandler's Wildlife, although I haven't watched it. I used to like Camp Keenan a lot, but I don't really watch him anymore. But again, I don't really watch any reptile channels. Like, every once in a while, if I'm like researching a reptile, then I'll watch a reptile channel. But the reptiles, there's so many bad reptile channels. Yeah. Steenfott Aquatics, hiya Bob. I have some of those yellow white clouds got at the co-op. Do you know if they are like the regular or gold white clouds that they don't need a heater? Correct. Those are like Japanese yellowfin or something like that. I know which ones you're talking about. But yeah, nope. Same as just your standard care. If y'all like snakes, I have diamondbacks. Come and get them. Probably just hanging out in your backyard. A video about crested geckos would be awesome for members only videos. I mean, I have crested gecko videos, at least one on my channel that I know of. But I don't have any right now. Serpa Design and what he does reminds me of Ants Canada and what he does. Like, I wouldn't say never, because it would be cool to have an ant farm, but I'm never going to keep an ant farm, but I still watch Ants Canada. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I do know why, because of the filming and the editing and the storytelling. But yeah, it's one of those things, like, I'm not interested in keeping an ant farm, but I still watch it. And that's how I feel about Serpa Design. How do I clean my 5-gallon snail breeding bucket? Why would you clean it? That's kind of what snails are for. You want it dirty. And the only thing I would do in a 5-gallon snail bucket, honestly, is do massive water changes. I don't know that I would ever clean it. Like, no matter how disgusting it got, I would just keep doing massive water changes. Eventually I would probably start a new bucket because it would just be easier. Yeah, Ants Canada, love him. Yeah. It's just really good quality. Like, everything about his channel is just really good. But anyways, I don't really have a great answer for you, Caitlin, unfortunately. But yeah, I would just do really big water changes. KG Cichlids with the $1 super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. I get itchy watching Ants Canada, but you still watch it, right? Man, I wish I had those skills. His videos are soothing and wholesome. I agree. Danny says, Caitlin, don't really clean it. Just change water every so often. Yeah, that's all I would do. And honestly, I would probably shake it up a little bit as I was emptying water. And I would probably shake it up and empty water through a net so I catch any snails that come out. And then just put them back in and put some clean water in it. The Tarantula Collective is an amazing channel as well, and I don't even keep tarantulas. I think on one of my Smurf accounts, I'm subscribed to that guy, I think. Joining in late for my drive home from work, going to be an hour drive. Well, you got 18 more minutes of me, so hopefully that helps a little bit, I think. I don't know. My boss even watches. I feel like Ants Canada is one of those channels that you can like mention anywhere and someone's going to be like, yeah, I watch that. I'm never going to keep ants, but yeah, I'll watch that. But perfect tank that makes life so much easier. I had no clue how to vac it without sucking up babies. Yeah. I mean, you're not going for like any aquascaping awards with your 5-gallon bucket, right? You just need clean water. Matthew Vargas says, I love A1 sauce. All right. Good to know. I was thinking of the Norwegian horse, like the mane that is a mohawk. Oh, you're still talking about the Ridgeback. I was like, what? How do Goodeids fare in summer tubs? I have no issues doing Goodeids in summer tubs. Well, I've never done it, but I would have no issues. Like if I had a tub, like ready to go, I would put them outside, no problem. I haven't changed water in my cherry tank in 6 months. Just topped off with distilled H2O. So far, so good. Is that okay? I mean, yes and no. Like, I wouldn't use distilled water personally because shrimp do need minerals in their water. But if you have like crushed coral or other, mineral sources, then that's fine. But yeah, I'm very anti water change. I mean, I did a poor video about my view on water changes. So, but that is still like my stance. I'm anti weekly water changes for sure. Bob, that Get Outdoors video was such a tease today. I'm like, wait, this video looks familiar. Yep. Yep. 18 minutes of gold. Depends on your weather with Goodeids. Don't let them get too hot. Yep, Mike would know definitely about Goodeids. I currently have tequila and trout Goodeids, although when I transition to the new fish room, I will be giving my trout Goodeids to Corey, and then hopefully get some fry back in that little situation. But I do got to find a home for my tequila Goodeids if I don't keep them. Bob, that Get Outdoors. Oh, I already read that one. Well, I bet you haven't seen it in a long time, so it was still a fun watch. I fill up with distilled water, but I don't change water. Yeah, like I said, it really depends. It really depends. If I had shrimp, I would definitely need some way to get mineral. I mean, my tap water is basically distilled. Like, it's useless. My water is hard. Every 2 or 3 top-offs, I use tap. There you go. Bob's car channel. I do kind of have a car channel. And there it is. Thanks. Oh, and my outdoor channel. Boy, thank you. I have Don Julio Goodeids. I feel like you're trolling me. Is that a real thing? I feel like that's not a real thing. Oh, yeah. Tequila. I used to like tequila. I mean, I still like it. I just don't drink it anymore. Curtis says, I want trout Goodeids. They are like a top 10 fish. Trout Goodeids are such an amazing fish. Yeah. I use co-op test strips and my water hardness is literally off the charts. I live in Snoqualmie for a while. There is a place to watch spawning salmon. So cool. There's a lot of places like that in Washington. Oh, excuse me. Woo. Oh my god, I'm jealous. I want trout Goodeids so badly. If you get more fry, I want some too. Yeah, I'm down. I've gotten rid of all of them except for like a dozen already. They're a really easy fish to get rid of. I'm telling you. Like, you could sell those things just as fast as you can spawn them. My tap water isn't drinkable either. Yeah, mine's not either. That's why I filter everything. Just picking your brain. Well, that's why I'm here. There's not much left to pick at, but there's still a little bit. There's definitely still a little bit. Trout Goodeids are one of the few commons that I don't have. How dare you? How dare you? You know, Bob, I must have had Yetis in my yard as a kid. We had lots of white poop in the lawn. I'm sure it had nothing to do with our 2 dogs. No, white poop is definitely Yeti poop. So, I mean, Yetis are all the way down in California. So, all the way up to Alaska. So, you probably definitely had some up there. Down there. You're down. You are down from me, not up. I feel so lucky to have medium water. It's perfect for just about anything. I would rather have hard water, but if I had hard water, I would probably say I'd rather have soft water. This is really good water. I like how it has like times on here, like you're supposed to drink a gallon a day. And this is like my second one. My tap water tastes like rocks? That's interesting. I don't know what rocks taste like. Just followed your car channel. Funny, because that's all I watch on YouTube is cars and fish. Yeah. Only, I am now doing the car channel with someone else. So, like, the most recent video is not me. So, you know, don't be surprised. The next video will probably be me and vice versa, back and forth. All of you are breeding rare goodyids, but I'm trying to successfully breed rubber ducky isopods. You're sitting on a gold mine if you do it, though. I mean, rubber ducky isopods, that's a bigger gold mine than trout goodyids. I didn't get into fish until I moved, but I grew up in the East LA, and I don't think that tap water is safe for any living thing ever. Cloudiest water ever. Tragic. Yeah, water quality is definitely just, I mean, I don't even want to get into it. It's terrible. Steenfott Aquatics, I'm on Greg Sage's waitlist for trout goodyids. Yep. I mean, that's where mine came from. I'm super fortunate to have got them. I got them from Bob Vance, who bought them from Greg Sage. So, yeah. Goodyids are not a gold mine. No, definitely not. Trout goodyids are a gold mine. Mike, you just have the wrong goodyids. All right? My tequila goodyids, definitely not a gold mine, but they don't breed fast enough for me to worry about it. Like, I can sell them as fast as they breed. Trout goodyids, you just can't keep in stock. Like, Mike, you need to get trout goodyids, and you will see, as soon as you start breeding them, you'll be selling them like hotcakes. Telling you. Are we sure Bob isn't an amphibian? The huge water bottle is making me suspicious. No, so have you ever seen Waterworld? I'm basically Kevin Costner in Waterworld. Like, I spend half my life in the water. I ask because with tap, they always died. I added 50-50 distilled and they lived. It's probably because there's something in your tap water that's killing them. But what do I know? Okay, there it is. I was wondering about the last car video because it didn't look anything like your car stuff. No, so yeah, I'm working with someone else on the car channel to get more popular videos, which is just like the stuff I hate doing. Like the list videos, I can't stand making those videos. So I have teamed up with someone else to make those kind of videos just to bring more people to the channel, and then I'll still do like my regular car videos of my cars. Dang, almost as many likes as current viewers. Are we? How many are we at? Let's just double check and make sure. Where am I at here? 216. All right. You know, I only asked for 200, so I can't complain. So you're saying you have gills behind your ears? I mean, I can't officially say that. Otherwise, the men in black will show up. All these weird people in suits will show up. But yeah, I could live in the water easily. Wait till the ALA and there will be all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, if you're going to the ALA and I'm going to the ALA, I'm going to make you take home my fish and then you can ship them to me. Because I ain't taking them on a plane. Maybe I can. I've never taken fish on a plane, though. I don't know if I want to risk it. I don't know. It's probably not a big deal, though. Cobra guppies are not a gold mine here. LOL, solid colors are the popular. Yeah, it's the mutt guppies that always sell like crazy fast in local fish stores. When I had my local fish store here, I wanted nothing but mutt guppies. Like the pure strains just did not sell at all. A guy on my old soccer team was nicknamed Tequila. He would smoke cigarettes at halftime and usually brought the team down, but it was fun yelling his name on the field. Okay. Yes, advanced refrigeration. Exactly. Hold him down. Let's check him for gills. You always want the fish that are opposite of your water. For me, it's not even fish. For me, it's plants. Like, I want hard water for plants. Fish generally always do better in hard water than soft water. Like, taking soft water fish and putting them in hard water, in my experience, not really that big of a deal. Taking hard water fish and putting them in soft water fish is way more stressful on their kidneys and organs. But again, like I said, I want that hard water for plants. Just makes it so much easier. Fish on a plane, staring Bob. Fish on a plane. Why are there mother effing fish on this mother effing plane? I've taken fish on a plane 3 times, got through all 3 times. Do you do it on carry-on or checked luggage? Because anytime I go on a plane, like they don't let you bring any type of fluid, like carry-on. They have bread, but I need to do more before I can fully sustain a population of rubber duckies. There you go. I'm telling you. That's pretty awesome you got him to breed. I had several species of isopods that I could not get to breed. The ones I always had problems with that nobody else has problems with is zebra isopods. I tried them multiple times and I never could get it right. Fishing Martin, I don't think going to the ALA is in the cards for me this year. I'm like 99.964% chance of going to the ALA. Wait, did he say hard water is easier for soft fish or soft water is easier for hard fish? I'm saying taking fish from hard water and moving them into soft water is more harmful than taking fish that are soft water and putting them into hard water. So when you take fish from hard water and put them in salt water, it can cause like osmotic shock and some other things, and you can have some issues with that. So yeah, that's what I mean. Luckily, betta can go for a long period in a tiny amount of water. I mean, yeah. The trick for me is RODI water for isopods. Interesting. Well, my water out of the tap is basically RODI, which is why I hate it. Fish means the fluid is life supporting, therefore okay. Oh, fish means the fluid is life supporting. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? If you have fish in a bag of gasoline, they're not going to be alive. So yeah, I guess that makes sense. I don't know. I hear stories of like jerk TSA agents taking people's fish, which is probably happen like 0.1% of the time. Fishlift Clive with the 15-pound super chat. I think that's pound, right? Maybe, I don't know. For dog treats, thank you. I actually just ran out today. Steenfott Aquatics, you should be able to do fish carry on. Just show the inspectors at boarding. K Stu says, thanks for the fun tonight, Bobby Thunder. Okay. Thank you, K Stu and Fishless Clive for the super chats. I appreciate it. Allowed per TSA rules. Interesting. I wonder, like, could you like pack a carry-on just full of fish? I feel like if I go to the ALA, I'm definitely gonna want some. What do I want? I'll probably. Well, I don't know. I've never been to one, so I don't even know what to expect. Like, I have no idea what's gonna be there. I had one kind of jerky agent, made him get his supervisor. Oh, well, there you go. That's just TS Aquarist taking the cool fish. Sometimes I wonder, like, I feel like I've had some pretty cool encounters with TSA when I've forgotten about, like, weapons in my bags and weapons. And they've never really caused an issue for me. But I feel like the one time I have fish is when I will get the jerky agent. Swallow the fish. Yeah, just swallow them. TSA just wants to be able to see the fish or whatever you have is alive. I've taken shrimp, fish, corals on an airplane. No problem at all. Awesome. For isopods, lots of finely crushed eggshell. Yep, I did that. 6 inches plus of substrate. I might have been a little short on that. Good headspace above the substrate. Varied diet, moisture gradient, and more ventilation than you think you need. See, I actually think I had too much ventilation because they were drying. It was drying out really fast. And I think that was my problem, is I just wasn't spraying enough. I didn't have the humidity I needed. Just what I think. Because I think I had like vent holes in their enclosure, and I think they were just too big. What happened to the 3-ounce rule? Are fish an exception? Sounds like it. Sounds like it. These are my support fish. If I sent you a hat, would you sign it? Yes, but you would also have to send return shipping, because I'm not paying $9,000 to ship something to New Zealand. So I don't even know what it cost, but I'm sure it's expensive. Swiss Aquatics says TSA just wants to be able to see the. Oh, I already read that. I didn't even recognize it was you, Priscilla. Wait, I know you changed your name like an hour ago. Well, more like a year ago, but sorry. Good to see you in a live stream. It's only been like 2 years. We've got all kinds of people coming out of the woodworks today. Woodworks? Woodwork? Whoa, he's got a dog in that tank. Which one was it? Was it the Doberman again? Oh, I shouldn't say his name. He's going to come over here. What isopods did you have? Oh, boy. I mean, at most I had like a dozen different species. The only ones I had issues with were the zebra. Yeah, I had all kinds. Basically, whatever I can get my hands on. I will send it. I will do it. Yay. Well, my P.O. box is in the description. To be fair, I haven't checked it in like 4 months. So you should probably reach out to me via email if you're sending me something, because I don't think I've been to the post office at all this year. Oh no, I shipped fish for a little bit. Yeah, it's been well, I'll just say it's been months and months and months since I've been to the post office. Spraying often isn't enough to maintain moisture. Pouring water is usually needed. The deep substrate is to provide vertical gradient and ensure the bottom of the enclosure. Yeah, so I always sprayed until there was like a pool of water on one side and then just let it soak down. But yeah, I'm pretty confident that was my issue with zebras, is that they were just drying out. But the problem was, stuff I read online about zebra isopods was like they like more of a dry climate enclosure. So I think I went a little too crazy. Bye bye birdie. What is your favorite fish for outdoors? I don't really have a favorite fish. Currently the only isopods I keep are, I don't even remember their scientific name, but they're the giant ones. The big ones. Oh, what's their... drawing a blank. I don't know. They're the giant ones, though. I've been a member for 1 year and 11 months and 17 days, and he doesn't even know my name. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know your name because I said it multiple times. Priscilla. Are you still selling fish? Not currently. What's your email? It's just steenfottaquatics@gmail.com. steenfottaquatics@gmail.com. Super easy. I think it's super easy. Nope, not selling fish. Medeca rice fish. Yes, did we mention rice fish at all? Oh yeah, because I have rice fish. So yeah, an excellent outdoor fish for sure. They can go really cold for a long time. Am I selling fish? I don't know if I'm going to be selling fish outside of anything that I breed anytime soon. I'm definitely working with one company, maybe two. And I'm going to partner up with them to sell fish online. More on that later. That's kind of insider info currently. And yeah. Giant Danios. Okay, so I've been a member for 1 year, 11 months, and 17 days, and he doesn't even know my name. I would say if you showed up once in the last 1 year, 11 months, and 17 days, I probably would know your name. Do you ship to Canada? I don't ship anything, so I'm going to say no. Any spaces or capitals? Nope. Hofsmengzegi, spelled Sevilla. Is it? I don't think that's it. I'll have to. Let me. Yeah, I'll just Google it. Let me just Google it. Let's see. Where are they at? Here they are. Let me click on this one. What is the scientific name? Porcellio hofsmengzegi are the ones I got. Is that what you guys said? I gotta come back to chat. Yep, that's the one. Unholy Orders? What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Nobody ships to Canada. I feel like People from Canada, you shouldn't even have to ask. I mean, let's be real. Who ships to Canada? Illegal fish sellers ship to Canada. I'm definitely not one of those. I'm kidding. Don't get butthurt, Canada. Canada is a lovely place of eternal doom. Oh, brother. Favorite South American or Central American cichlid? Oh, man. I hope I don't start that. I've been watching someone's YouTube channel religiously for like the last 2 months, and he always says, oh, brother. Oh, brother. What are you going to do, brother? Favorite South American or Central American cichlid? Apistogrammas by far. Not even a close second. Apistogrammas. I meant the ones you breed. What? Oh yeah. So, am I selling fish? Yes. When the new fish room is up and I'm breeding fish, I will absolutely have them listed on the website. But it's not going to be anything in mass. It's going to be like, here is a spawn of 30 loaches. I'm listing on the website. They're going to be sold out like the next day. And then there's going to be hundreds of people sending me angry emails. And I'm going to be like, look, I'm a hobbyist. I'm no longer in business of reselling. I'm just a hobbyist. I want to be a hobbyist again. I want to breed for fun. I don't want to do it for a business anymore. Hulk Hogan has a YouTube? No. He might. He might. Oh my gosh. Now I have to go look. Does Hulk Hogan have a YouTube channel? If he was smart, he would. I feel like it's just free income for celebrities. Can you imagine, like, I don't know. Let's Hulk Hogan YouTube channel. Why? If you type in Hulk Hogan young fan YouTube channel. That's weird. Hulk Hogan does have a YouTube channel. This is what I hate about YouTube. I want to make sure this doesn't play. Hulk Hogan has a YouTube channel with 12,000 subscribers. And he's verified. So it's the real Hulk Hogan. But if you go to YouTube, to get verified, the requirements are to have 100,000 subscribers. So, pisses me off. Pisses me right off. I've had people try to duplicate me online, try to be me. I mean, I'm definitely not Hulk Hogan, but I've had people try to send messages pretending to be me, whether it's on Instagram or Twitter. I don't have a Twitter. It is definitely not me. If you get a message from me from Twitter, it's Steenfott Aquatics. That's it. Not Steenfott Aquatics official. Nothing else. Just that. Actually, yeah, I don't know, but they won't let me verify. I messaged because Russell Wilson at the time had a YouTube channel with like 30,000 subscribers and he was verified. So I messaged YouTube and I was like, yo, how do I get verified? And they're like, you need 100,000 subscribers. And I said, what about Russell Wilson? He's only got 30 or 40,000. He's verified. And he's like, and then they're like, well, there's multiple things that go into account when we verify people. And I'm like, I'm the real me. How do I get verified? You're clearly making special exceptions. I want a special exception. I want a check mark. Man, I raised so much hell over that. You have no idea. I was like, who's your manager? I was totally Karen. I was a Karen for sure. Or would I be a Ken? I think they call us Kens if you're a guy. I don't know. But I was like, who's your manager? Who's your supervisor? It's like, I got nothing but time. I got nothing but time. I will take this all the way to the top. Do you have a TikTok? No TikTok. I have, what do I have? I have Facebook that I don't really use. Obviously I have YouTube. I have Instagram, MySpace, OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. I don't have a MySpace. How is the polar bear swimming going? We have to pick a date. Haven't picked a date yet. They made an exception for him because he can tear shirts right off his chest like a freaking warrior. What are you gonna do, brother, when the biggest arms in the world are wrapped around you? Anyways, remember Hulk Hogan in the Rocky movie Thunder Lips? I don't think I want to watch a movie called Thunder Lips, but that's just me. Oh, man. quit hating on the Hulk. I'm not hating on the Hulk. Like, I'm just saying, like, the fact that he's verified with 12,000 subscribers is just, like, if he can be verified with 12,000 subscribers, clearly I should be able to be verified at 50,000 subscribers. What's your favorite size tank? I have 3 favorite sizes, 40, 75, and 125. All right. It is actually, whoa, it's way past 7 o'clock. So that's going to do it. I want to thank everyone who came to the live stream. We actually stayed on topic for well over an hour, which is, I mean, not only a record, I mean, we shattered the last record of like 15 minutes. So that was pretty cool. Pretty dang cool. I've definitely never stayed on topic for that long, ever. So yeah, thanks everyone. I hope you hit the like button on the way out if you haven't already, because we only have 1 thumbs down. That's bizarre. Anyways, yeah, this was pretty fun. The members, we'll have our members only stream, hopefully Thursday. I say that every week, and then it's usually Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, but hopefully back to Thursday. And otherwise, I hope you all have a great week, and I will see you all again next week. Sneaking in the super chat at the last minute. Now I have to wait for that to time down. So I guess we're going for another 2 minutes. Caitlin with the $5 super chat says, thanks so much for the advice tonight. Oh my gosh, buddy. Give me that. Give me that. Go get it. Thank you from the shipping list place of Canada. Yes. Thank you for the $5 super chat. That'll be the official end. I know like everyone already left, but we'll let that count down. The Hulk hit the thumbs down. It probably was. Oh, brother. Man. Gosh. Oh, man. I'm going to be saying that all the time now. UPS are living the dream, re-becoming a member. I did miss that, but I see it now. Thank you. I appreciate it. What's the Steenfott website? SteenfottAquatics.com. Although I don't even think it's up right now. It might be. It might not be. Is putting Java moss covered in algae in a bucket without any light and RODI water a good way to de-algae it? It'll work. It'll work. Super chat. Yep. We're going to let that time down. Thanks for the stream, Bob. Thanks, Mod. Thanks, Super Chatters, new members, lurkers, chat. Stay safe, everyone. Chevy Fish, I definitely want to give you thanks. You're a hard-working mod. Same with the Zen Ginger. And I really, really do appreciate you always linking my stuff. I feel like I don't say thank you enough. Definitely not required from any of the mods, so don't feel like you have to do it, but I do appreciate it. There's my website for apparel, and you can't even buy apparel right now. I think I basically have everything turned off, because as soon as I turn on being able to purchase, it like triples the monthly cost of the website. So, I mean, I don't even know why I keep it live. I don't. Fun stream. I agree. Another $5 super chat. So I guess how many will I stay? I'll let this one time out. But maybe no more. 99-cent super chats to keep Bob here all night. I've done that before. I don't know that I want to do it again. Huh. These guys feel neglected. I don't do much, and that's all you're required to do is not much. LOL and another super chat. Yeah. Well, I guess not. I mean, we still have 200 people here. I keep super chatting. The register is offline, but you can still put it in the cart. That's it. Yeah. Yep. The problem is I don't know, maybe this sounds greedy, but one t-shirt sale makes like $12, and I get like one t-shirt sale like every 3 or 4, 5 months. So like 3 a year, and turning on the shopping cart on the website is like $30 a month. So yeah, it's just not smart economically. But when I go back to like selling fish and actually selling stuff, then I'll turn it back on and people can buy shirts. Bob selling his time for the money. I totally am. Although I have to go to the bathroom, so this is not going to last much longer. Another $5 super chat, another $1 super chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's raining moolah, raining moolah. Oh my God, Katie, thanks. We're not gonna do this all night though. You should probably stop. UPS for living the dream. You're not gonna make me feel bad for signing out of here with 3 super chats rolling. $10. I think that's 5 minutes. Okay. That we'll let the $10 one time out, and that's it. No more, Katie. Stop doing that. How much for your love seat on your website? There's a love seat on my website? Just want to hear your voice. That's kind of weird. Love seat on my website? I don't know what that means. I'd buy a t-shirt if they shipped to Canada. Oh man, I think they do. I'm pretty sure oh no, I had to turn shipping off to Canada because someone in Canada bought fish, even though I say I don't ship fish to Canada. And so I had to cut Canada completely out. They tried to cheat the system, and I couldn't take it. One Canadian ruined it for everyone. That's usually how it works, though. Fish Kid, $100 super chat. If someone super chats me $100, I'm going to leave right now because I don't want to. This is fun, but I don't want to promote the pay to play stuff. You know, it's fun for now. But if someone was $100, I would cut off the stream right now. So don't do it. Do not do it. Bob needs a water change. I do. Like, if you've noticed, I've been shaking in my chair for like the last 45 minutes. Your old chair that you sat in here, that's just a recliner, not a love seat. I would sell my recliner if someone wanted to come pick it up because I bought a new one and it's way more comfy. So that's why I don't use my old one anymore. And also, actually, I'll probably end up moving it in here. So I've got to, right now the desk is in the middle of the room. I got to push it all the way against the wall. And once I do that, I'll have room for the recliner. I can't even order a t-shirt from you. Nope. Sorry. Eventually. I may be slightly salty that we all have Canada. Wait, I may be slightly salty that all we have in Canada is trees and snow. I mean, that sounds amazing for me. Ruben Daly says, I'm leaving now. See you later. Steenfott Aquatics. Okay, sorry, Steenfott. I was just joking. No one's going to do this. It's just funny. I know. I'm just saying. Yeah, no need to apologize. Life is good. I agree. Man, I feel like the bright lights are starting to get to me. Can you ship internationally? I cannot. So even when I turn on t-shirt sales and hoodies and I don't know, it still seems weird to me that someone would buy like something with my logo on it. So I don't know. But when I do turn it on, it'll still be US only because it's print on demand. So once you buy it, it then gets printed and they do not ship internationally. At least they might by now. But with all the supply chain issues, they probably don't. No one ships to Canada. I'd move to the States, but no. Sure could go for a Steenfott Aquatics coffee mug. I haven't found a good quality coffee mug. The first ones I had were terrible. The second ones were better, but I still haven't found like a good quality one. I need a giant water jug. I mean, I buy my apparel obviously because, you know, it's branding and I want to wear it when I'm doing videos and stuff, even though I'm wearing a Co-op and a Sergeant Tank hoodie or t-shirt. We also have lakes, which is just liquid snow. I'm very fortunate to live in a beautiful place until it's time to buy fish and aquarium related stuff. The stream is preventing another. Bob Steenfott has big jugs. Honk, 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 honk. All right, it's getting weird now. This one's almost timed out, and then I'm out of here. Jeez. Bye. We also have links. Already. I for real want a Steenfott hat. I may just get a hold of Texas Fish Room and get one. I think there would be some issues legally with someone using a trademark logo without my expressed, authorized, and written consent. But I don't know. And I'm obviously just kidding. I could probably send you a hat. Actually, I don't have any. Well, my favorite hat is the blue one, and it's out in my Jeep right now. Oh boy, he's honking his jugs. The stream has jumped the shark. Oh brother. Not in a whale fish kid, but maybe not in a whale fish kid. What? Oh, it timed out. All right. I'm not waiting for that other one to time out. I'm out of here. I got to go do a personal water change, and I'm pretty sure my dogs do too. So thank you for the belated super chats. I appreciate it. I'm out of here. I'll see everyone either later this week or next Sunday. And I appreciate all of you. Have a good week, and I'll see you later. I will buy a hat off you, Bob. Yeah, but you're in New Zealand. I'm not going to ship to New Zealand. Anyways, see you later.